Hello again, NCAC sports fans, and welcome back to another episode of This Week in the NCAC. I'm your host, Brett Billhart. We'll open this week's show by briefly previewing the 2012 NCAA Division III Swimming and Diving Championships, which are set to begin today and run through Saturday evening at the IU Natatorium on the campus of IUPUI in Indianapolis, Indiana. Preliminary events will begin at 10 a.m. with the finals beginning at 6 p.m. each day. The NCAC will once again be well represented at the meet as Denison, DePaul, Kenyon, Wittenberg, and Worcester will compete on the women's side, while Allegheny, Denison, DePaul, Kenyon, and Oberlin will represent the conference on the men's side. Denison is the defending national champions on the men's side after snapping Kenyon's historic run of 31 straight national titles at last year's meet by the narrowest of margins, as the Big Red earned 500.5 points compared to the Lords' 499.5. And on the women's side, Denison has finished as the national runners-up in each of the last two seasons, while Kenyon, which last won the national title in 2009, will look to add its 18th Walnut and Bronze trophy to its collection this weekend. Fans, you can visit NCAA.com for more information on the 2012 NCAA Division III Swimming and Diving Championships, and you can also visit the NCAC website for nightly recaps on the event. We do want to wish the best of luck to all of the NCAC student athletes who will be competing this season, and we look forward to yet another exciting climax to the swimming and diving season on Saturday evening in Indy. With spring sports now in full force across that conference, we now want to recognize our Athlete of the Week winners for the week ending on March 19th. Allegheny Junior Liz Blythe was named the first NCAC Women's Golfer of the Week for the spring portion of the schedule. Blythe led the Gators to an 8th place finish at the highly competitive Jekyll Island Collegiate Invitational in Georgia after finishing 32 overall in the individual standings with a 3-day total of 246, including a Day 3 score of 78. The Gators entered Day 3 in 10th place, but fired a tournament low round of 314 on the final day of competition to finish in the top 10 with 988 total strokes. Denison sophomore Dylan Lee garnered the Men's Golfer of the Week award after helping the Big Red finish first overall at McDaniel College's Myrtle Beach Shootout at the Barefoot Landing Golf Resort in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Lee tied for second overall with an 18-hole round of 74 to help DU rise to the top of the team standings with a one-day score of 305. The Softball Player of the Week award went to DePaul junior catcher Amy Hallett, who not only guided the Tigers to 4 wins last week, but also cemented her name in the DPU record book on the way. In the Tigers' 8-0 victory over Aurora on Sunday, Hallett became DPU's all-time home run leader after smacking her 21st career home run. On the week, Hallett went 6 of 11 at the plate to go along with her 1 homer, 3 runs scored, and 5 RBI. Worcester junior pitcher Jen Horton was named the NCAC Softball Pitcher of the Week after posting a 3-2 record with 1 save in the pitching circle last week in Florida. In 7 total appearances, she recorded a 0.82 earned run average after allowing just 4 earned runs in 34 innings of work. Horton also scattered just 23 hits on the week and struck out 29 batters along the way. And now let's take a look at our weekly award winners for baseball. Kenyon freshman Jake Dunn earned the NCAC's Player of the Week award after he ignited the Lords offense last week with a .391 batting average, including 2 homers, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 11 runs scored, and 11 runs batted in. Dunn, who also stole 5 bases and walked twice on the week, posted a .913 slugging percentage and an on-base percentage of .440. After splitting a pair of games on March 12th against Elms and Olivet, Dunn helped the Lords close out their spring break trip in Florida with 3 consecutive wins over LaSalle, Mitchell, and Knox. Oberlin Jr. Eric Knight was crowned the NCAC Baseball Pitcher of the Week after he tossed his first career no-hitter in the Yeoman's 3-0 victory over DeUville on Sunday. Knight's no-hit gem featured 10 strikeouts, 10 ground ball outs, and just 1 walk. In 10 2/3 innings of work on the week, opponents hit just 108 against Knight. In lacrosse action last week, Kenyon senior Jeff Akey was crowned the NCAC Men's Player of the Week after leading the Lords to a 20-7 victory over Hendricks on Saturday. Akey scored a game-high 5 goals and dished out 3 assists to total 8 points in the victory. The weekly award for women's lacrosse went to Ohio Wesleyan junior Annie Swanson after she exploded for 11 goals and 4 assists in 3 games for the Bishops. Swanson scored 2 goals in a 16-9 loss against RPI, netted 3 goals and dished out 2 assists in OU's 20-11 triumph over New England College, and led OU with 6 goals and 2 assists in a 22-9 triumph over Albion on Sunday. Let's now take a look at the weekly award winners for tennis. Ohio Wesleyan senior Emily Quartus garnered the Women's Weekly Award after she was a double winner in all 4 matches last week as OU defeated East Stroudsburg, Millersville, Olivet, and Greenville. On the week, Quartus went 4-0 at number 2 singles and 4-0 at number 2 doubles. In addition, Quartus didn't lose a single set on the week in singles competition and posted 2 shutout victories. The NCAC Men's Tennis Weekly Award went to Denison sophomore Juan Guerra, who went 3-0 in singles action and 4-0 in doubles competition in victories over Lake Forest, McAllister, Kutztown, and Connecticut College. On the week, Guerra won a straight set decision at number 3 singles against Lake Forest, and then won back-to-back straight set victories at number 1 singles against Kutztown and Connecticut College. And finally, we'll close out this week's show by taking a look at our Outdoor Track and Field Weekly Award winners. The men's awards were dominated by Wabash student-athletes following competition at Saturday's J. Owen Huntsman Relays in Crawfordsville. The men's distance award went to freshman Zach Mahone, who placed first in the 3,000-meter steeplechase in his first ever attempt in the event. He crossed the line first in a time of 10:04.60. The weekly award for sprint and hurdle events went to Little Giant sophomore Sean Hildebrand, who placed first in the 100-meter dash with a time of 11.06 seconds. And the men's field events award went to Wabash senior Dan Ambrosio, who placed first in the javelin throw with a school record toss of 203.03 feet. Although it is still early in the season, his heave of 200-plus feet is currently the top throw in the country in Division III. There was only 1 women's award distributed for action last week, and that went to Kenyon sophomore Jenna Willett for distance and middle distance events. Willett and the ladies competed at the UNC Charlotte 49ers Classic to kick off the outdoor season. Willett placed 3rd overall in the 5,000-meter run, but did set a school record with a time of 17:42.04. Willett also placed 2nd in the 3,000-meter steeplechase with a time of 10:28.26. Fans, we once again thank you for tuning in for another episode of This Week in the NCAC, and we hope you tune in next week as we look forward to continually keeping you up to date on action from across the North Coast Athletic Conference. And as always, for up-to-date news, stats, and standings on your favorite NCAC squads, you can visit our website at www.northcoast.org.